Let's get to the question. I'm 18 and my parents are making me pay for my own room when it's always been my room. How do I stop this? Hey, I'm Ann. Y'all ready to chat? I'm not a doctor, I'm not a therapist. I've just lived a long life and have a lot of experiences. We have a 19-year-old living at home and he's going to college. He's working part-time. He's staying in the same room, just like this 18-year-old is, that he had his whole life, but it's not his room. And the house belongs to my husband and I, his papa and nana. Now, 18, legally, you're an adult. He's an adult, he's 19. This 18-year-old is an adult. And parents are under no obligation to take care of their 18-year-olds. You're an adult. Bye-bye. But most parents do take care of their 18-year-olds. They want to get them started right in life. And that's whether or not they're still in school, whether they're working, whatever they're doing. The parent wants to get them going. Now in Aiden, my grandson's case, he's staying in his room and he's staying at home, but he is compensating us in one way or another. For instance, he pays his version of the phone bill, $50 a month. He pays his portion of auto insurance, which is $95 a month. And he does different chores around the house. Now, I'm not saying the kid's perfect. And he's right there, Johnny on the spot, doing the chores. We have to ask him, which is okay. We ask him to clean the kitty litter. He cleans the kitty litter. He doesn't argue with us. He also, which I find kind of cool, is he'll go out and buy ingredients and cook his dinner. He makes a Mediterranean chicken that is fabulous. It is to die for. But this 18-year-old doesn't think she or he owes her parents anything for the room. How do I stop this, is her question. Well, there's three ways. Well, actually only two ways to stop it. One is to write a contract. And by that I mean, go on Google, Bing, DuckDuckGo, whichever is your poison, and learn how to write a contract. Then put in this contract what you plan on doing in lieu of rent. Clean the house, do dishes, cook 2 or 3 dinners a week. Whatever you plan on doing, put it in the contract. And I don't mean go to your mom and dad and say, hey, I'll do all this if you don't charge me rent. No, you put it in a contract. Then you, on paper, then you take the contract to your parents and you say, here's what I'm willing to do. Can we make a deal? And they may change some things and you may change some things too, but they may accept it and sign the contract, and then you sign the contract. Now you have a way of staying in your room without paying rent. But I warn you, my friend, make sure you don't break the contract. They shouldn't have to nag you to do the things in the contract you said you were going to do. Don't renege, or you're going to end up paying rent. Now, I said there were 2 options. The second one is move. Move out. You don't have to stay there. You're 18, you're an adult. You can leave anytime you want. Get a roommate. If you don't have one, get a job. Find an apartment, rent it, pay all the utilities, pay your day-to-day living expenses. Because keep in mind, when you're paying rent to your parents, they're providing you food too. It goes beyond the room. But if you rent an apartment, you're paying for everything. So those are your 2 options if you don't want to pay rent. And you may end up paying rent anyway to your parents if that's what they insist on. If you want to stay, you're going to need to pay it. They are in the right. What do you think? Am I going down the right track with this answer? I'd love to hear in the comments below what you think. I'm just going by my experiences. What are yours? Have you had an 18-year-old or a 19-year-old live at home? Or are you an 18-year-old, 19-year-old living at home? Should you be charged rent? I think it's up to the parent and literally up to the 18-year-old, 19-year-old to decide whether or not they want to accept it. So tell me what you think. And if you can, give me a thumbs up. If you like the video, it helps spread it to other people who might like it. See you next week. Thanks for the chat.